أصحاب السمو، أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، السادة الحضور، يرجى الوقوف للنشيد الوطني لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. Your Highnesses, Excellencies, Ladies and Gentlemen, please can you stand up for the national anthem of the United Arab Emirates.
عيشي بلادي
عاش اتحاد إماراتنا
عشت لشعب
دينه الإسلام حمد والقرآن حصنتك بسم الله يا وطن بلادي 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 حماك الإله شهور الزمان أقسمناها نبني نعمل نعمل نخلص نعمل نخلص مهما عشنا نخلص نخلص آمل أمان عاش العلم يا إماراتنا رمز العروبة كلنا نفديك بانتما نرويك نفديك بالأرواح يا وطن عيشي بلادي عاش اتحاد إماراتنا عشت لشعب دينه الإسلام أتلو القرآن حصنتك بسم الله يا وطن حصنتك بسم الله يا وطن
I have witnessed a lot of national anthems in my very humble and short life, from school to several events, but this one is quite environmental friendly.
بالفعل النشيد الوطني لدولة الإمارات بصبغة بيئية عمل إبداعي يستحق الشكر والتحية على القائمين عليه. أما الآن دعنا نبدأ يا يوسف.
Yes, let's go.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سمو الشيخ هشام بن سلطان بن خليفة آل نهيان، الرئيس والمدير التنفيذي لهيئة المسرعات المستقلة لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة للتغير المناخي. سمو الشيخ الدكتورة شمة بنت محمد بن خالد آل نهيان، رئيس مجلس إدارة مؤسسات الشيخ محمد بن خالد آل نهيان الثقافية والتعليمية. أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، الضيوف الكرام والمندوبون الأعزاء، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، وصبحكم الله بالخير.
And let's put a right click, change language to that. Your Highness Sheikh Shamma bint Sultan bin Khalifa Al Nahyan, the President and CEO of the UAE Independent Climate Change Accelerators, UICCA. Your Highness Sheikh and Dr. Shamma bint Mohammed bin Khalid Al Nahyan, the Chairperson of the Board of Directors, Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalid Al Nahyan Cultural and Education Institute. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, may the peace of Allah be upon you, and good morning to all of you.
يسعدني أنا أميرة محمد وزميلي يوسف عبد الباري أن نرحب بكم جميعاً في المؤتمر العالمي 12 للتعليم البيئي.
Thank you very much for the introductions, Amira, and distinguished guests. It is our pleasure to welcome you to the 12th World Environmental Education Congress.
حضورنا الكريم، ما يميز دورة هذا العام أمور كثيرة، ولدينا جدول دسم من الفقرات والنقاشات في 13 موقع آخر هنا في أدنك، إضافة للقاعة الرئيسية هنا. لذا نرجو منكم مسح الرمز الموجود خلف بطاقاتكم لكي تكونوا على اطلاع ببرنامج المؤتمر خلال الأيام القادمة. أما الآن يا يوسف، فهل عرفت حضورنا الكريم على بعضهم البعض؟
Oh, I thought you would never ask. Distinguished guests, I hope you could appreciate, and I'm going to go with a further dissection step here to let you know how much we have segregated the generation gap. So we're going to need a little bit of engagement from the audience. First of all, students, if we have students in the house, raise a hand or two, please.
أين أنتم طلبة والطالبات؟
Look at that. All right, all right. Now I want you guys to take a look around. What about the youth? Do we have any young ones over here? Raise a hand or two.
شبابنا المبدع. الله الله.
Even if you're old and you feel youthful, you could raise your hand. There you go. Wow.
It's by heart. إنه بالقلب.
That's nice. What about the wise ones? Raise a hand.
أصحاب الخبرة والحكمة أين أنتم؟
Very nice, very nice. Now, you see, we have representatives from different timelines in the society. Why do we need that? Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, winters are getting colder, summers are getting hotter, but we have a responsibility to the upcoming generation and to the world. And therefore, with that said, over the next 5 days, in the 12th edition of this Congress, we are going to be exploring a rich tapestry of subjects. And of course, the pivotal thematics will be challenges, means, dimensions, culminating, of course, with the goals through dynamic plenaries, parallel sessions, workshops, side events, field trips, and more.
إذن حضورنا الكريم، الأجندة غنية بالأفكار، غنية بالجلسات والحوارات. وقبل أن نتعمق في الجلسات العامة الثرية المعدة لهذا اليوم بالتحديد، يسرنا أن نعرض لكم هذا الفيلم القصير الذي يكشف الستار عن الأدوار الاستثنائية للمعلمين في التربية البيئية وشغفهم الكبير بالبيئة الطبيعية في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، والذي سيتبعه عرض نسميه عهدنا اتجاه البيئة.
Ladies and gentlemen, a picture is worth 1,000 words. We're going to watch the upcoming video that illustrates the cause that brings us together under one roof in this gigantic hall, followed by a performance we would like to improvise and call Our Oath to the Environment. Please enjoy.
دعونا نتابع.
Deep down, here in the ocean, it's a magical world. It's so easy to feel disconnected from everything. However, we can't ignore the impact our world has on it.
Today, the Earth is facing a triple planetary crisis: climate disruption, nature and biodiversity loss, pollution and waste. The triple crisis is threatening the well-being and survival of millions of people around the world. But there is still hope.
The most beautiful thing about watching children in the environment is that they are naturally part of it. Do you know what this is? Plastic. And who's behind it? Human. What is it that we can do right now to create positive change? Beach cleaner! Beach cleaner! Exactly.
علينا جميعاً أن نعمل من أجل الكوكب لخلق بيئة بحرية مستدامة.
Usually the first thing a child would do is they stop, they look, and then they touch. And it's all about, I need to touch, I need to explore. And if we start encouraging children, not installing fear, but instead installing that love for exploration, it's where things just unfold. And I think when they're allowed to just be, then they've already served the environment.
When we take people of all ages, not only young ages, it opens something in them. It's very important to educate kids on the environment because they will be leading the change. Give them awareness about the environment, about the importance of preserving all of this. Guys, welcome to the mangroves park. So we consider them in the UAE our rainforest, our environmental protectors.
Today we're gonna plant mangrove trees to help the world and give shelter to the animals.
The kids are the ambassador of the future. They will be the policy makers, they will be the problem solver.
We're gonna name that tree and we're gonna come back and visit that exact tree. That's our promise to the future. You sound good?
Good.
حاليا بنعطيكم اوراق وكل واحد فيكم يكتب وعد خاص فيه هو لبيئة بحرية مستدامة ان شاء الله.
I promise to never throw plastic in nature because it can affect a lot the environment and ecosystem.
I promise to raise awareness at my school. أنا اليازية بنت الإمارات أوعد بلدي أن أحافظ على بيئتي.
My promise to the future is to consume less plastic.
Plant trees and flowers all over the world. أوعدكم أنني سوف أحافظ على النباتات والأشجار.
I wish to bring back all the extinct animals and to save our planet.
Our actions today will affect the future of our kids.
سنحافظ على بيئة الإمارات.
It's our choice and it's our will to take action from today.
Together, we can be proud of ourselves. We'll be changing together.
Children are the hope for us to survive on this planet.
Down here, it's easy to pretend you're isolated from everything.
ولكننا سوياً علينا أن ندرك مدى اتصالنا جميعاً ببعضنا البعض.
Together, we need to find our role in the world. Together, we need to rise.
اليوم أنا وريم متواجدين هنا معاً لأننا نؤمن بأن المعرفة هي القوة التي ستساعدنا على مكافحة الأزمة البيئية المنتشرة حول جميع أنحاء العالم.
With the oceans and earth battling the impacts of climate change, biodiversity loss, and the wave of pollution, there has never been a more important time for us to educate ourselves on these issues.
ولكن المعرفة ليست كافية. يجب إطلاع الجيل القادم على المعلومات التي نكتسبها ليدرك الحلول المحتملة التي يمكن أن يقدمها التقنيات الحديثة في مجال البيئة، وأن نخبره أيضاً بمزايا اعتماد استراتيجية متكاملة لسلامة المياه والغذاء، وأن نشرح له أيضاً أهمية التعاون بين جميع سكان العالم لإحداث التغيير الذي نطمح إليه.
So that we can collectively work together, not just today, but tomorrow and day after, so that we can find new ways to solve these environmental problems that are plaguing our planet, that gives us the possibility of a sustainable, resilient, and adaptable world.
يمكننا تحقيق ذلك من خلال تزويد هؤلاء الأطفال بالمهارة اللازمة لإحداث التغيير الإيجابي.
And that way, one day, our vision for tomorrow will become their reality.
هذه هي عهودهم إلى الوصول لمستقبل أفضل.
أعدكم بأن أحافظ على المحيطات وجميع مخلوقاته.
I promise to share all the amazing information I learned about the planet to everyone.
I promise to help with cleanups in my community.
I promise to think more about the items I throw away.
دعونا نلتزم جميعاً بوضع أهداف مثل هؤلاء الأطفال ونتعهد للوصول إلى غد أفضل.
Because only by acting today can we create positive change.
وأنت بماذا ستتعهد؟
What will your promise be?
Now, we definitely have something to say about this. I mean, some parents are happy when their kids are at school and therefore the home is clear, serenity, peace, and other parents are proud of a generation that stood on this stage, don't they?
نعم، إنه جيل مبدع، جيل خلاق قادر على التغيير في هذه الرؤية العظيمة. لذا شكرا جزيلا على هذه العرض الرائع، ولا زال هناك الكثير لتروا حضورنا الكريم من شباب وشابات لهم دور مهم جدا في فعاليات هذا المؤتمر وفي مستقبل هذا الكوكب أيضا.
Make no mistake, distinguished guests, over the course of the next 5 days, the youth, like these, have a very pivotal role in the success of this Congress. And therefore, the importance of the success of this, well, culminating role is consistency. So what do you say we burn some calories for them in the form of applauding and giving them a thank you?
شكرا. أما الآن حضورنا الكريم، فيسرنا أن نفتتح فعلياً أعمال المؤتمر العالمي 12 للتعليم البيئي بكلمة رئيسية.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now our pleasure to officially inaugurate the 12th edition of the World Environmental Education Congress with a speech which will be presented by the Secretary General of the Environment Agency, Abu Dhabi.
فلنرحب جميعاً بسعادة الدكتورة شيخة سالم الظاهري، الأمين العام لهيئة البيئة أبو ظبي.
What an exciting morning. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, young people, guardians of the planet, welcome to the 12th World Environmental Education Congress, a gathering of a global environmental education experts, because we see education as not only a fundamental human right, but also as a critical tool in our arsenal fight to save our planet. We are gathered in a shadow of a looming crisis, as underscored by the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Code Red for Humanity. This is a call to arms against a triple planetary crisis that presents an existential threat to our world: climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Let us consider the first of these: climate change. Our generation is perhaps the first to feel its full, unbridled force, and possibly the last that can effectively address it. Turning to the second, biodiversity loss. The loss of biodiversity is not just a loss of life, but a lessening of the resilience of ecosystems that supports us. And the third crisis, the silent killer, pollution, that invades our bodies, our air, land, and seas. The very byproducts of our civilization have become the toxins of our time. Yet, in the face of this code red, there lies a beacon of hope: us. Yes, each one of us holds a piece of the puzzle to a sustainable future. In our climate change strategy, we have set a target to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 22% from 2016 levels by 2027. This is equivalent to reducing emissions by 30 million tons. In Abu Dhabi, we have now protected 17% of our terrestrial land and 14% of marine biomes, with plans for even more. We have also recently introduced a ban on single-use plastic bags, and we are about to launch a waste management behavioral nudging campaign. We aim to build a worldwide community for education in sustainable development, a network that binds us together in our diversity and drives us toward a shared vision of sustainable future by fostering a global exchange of ideas and best practices. We enable every nation, every community, and every individual to contribute to and benefit from a wellspring of collective knowledge. Our approach to education must be inclusive, recognizing and valuing the rich cultural, ethical, and diversity that each region of the world contributes to the global ecosystem of learning. Here in Abu Dhabi, we recognize and value the immense potential of our youth to contribute to the future, a future that they inherit from us, which is why over the years we have invested so heavily in the education. Through our programs of field trips, over 17,000 children have participated in outdoor learning. Through our Enviro Spellathon program, 1.8 million children have improved their cross-curricular eco-literacy. Through our Sustainable School initiative, the children learn many skills. They learn how to become problem solvers. They have recycled over 23,000 liters of water, 26,000 kilograms of waste, and over 8,000 kilograms of paper, and over 2,000 kilograms of plastic every month of the year. And not just children. Over 13,000 teachers have experienced our training, the Trainers Program. We have now 460 schools in our Sustainable School initiative and 28 universities in our Sustainable Campus initiative. As we look to the future, let's carry forth the message of this Congress. Connect people, creating tomorrow. Together, we can turn the code red alarm into a green light for action, education, and hope. We have the means, we have the network, and the will. And when we conclude this Congress, I trust that we will have not just a declaration of intent, but a definitive plan of action for ourselves, for our children, and for many generations to come. Thank you, and let us begin.
شكراً لسعادتكم على هذه الكلمات الملهمة التي تمهد الطريق بالرحلة التحويلية التي تنتظرنا في هذا المؤتمر.
Thank you, Excellency, for setting the stage. Now, distinguished guests, that we have your undivided attention. It is time to introduce the keynote of the hour. And this one is a long one. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next keynote, it is presented by the President and CEO of the UAE Independent Climate Change Accelerators, UICCA.
نعم، يشرفنا الآن أن نرحب بسمو الشيخ شم بن سلطان بن خليفة آل نهيان، الرئيس والمدير التنفيذي لهيئة المسرعات المستقلة لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة للتغير المناخي.
Please give her a welcome.
Your Highness, Your Excellencies, ladies, gentlemen, esteemed guests, good morning. It is a pleasure to speak to you today at the start of this important event, particularly at a crucial time like this. After the success of COP28 in Dubai last month, I feel a real sense of collective ambition to tackle the global climate crisis. Since the last time the Congress convened in Prague in 2022, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has released its synthesis report for 2023. Among its recommendations for responses in the near term, the report highlighted education as a key factor in increasing risk perception and accelerating behavioral changes. And it was right to do so. Climate change affects each and every one of us, and we all have a role to play in determining our future. Promoting climate literacy is a crucial step in raising understanding of the causes of global heating and the actions we can all take to mitigate them. Last September, a team of scientists qualified for the first time all 9 processes that regulate the stability and resilience of the Earth system, building on a concept first aired in 2009. Since then, their framework has been revised several times. The latest update not only quantified all boundaries, but also concludes that 6 of the 9 boundaries have been transgressed. Boundaries are interrelated processes within the complex biophysical Earth system. This means that a global focus on climate change alone is not sufficient for increased sustainability. Instead, understanding the interplay of boundaries, especially climate and loss of biodiversity, is key in science and practice, and education will be crucial in ensuring that we and future generations are well informed enough to act with foresight. The United Arab Emirates has a unique heritage, one that intertwines sustainability with the very essence of our existence. Through smart resource management, innovative architecture, and most importantly, a strong sense of community, Emiratis have not just survived, moreover, they've thrived in this challenging desert environment for generations. In the 20th century, the UAE experienced rapid economic development. Our forefathers might struggle today to recognize the place they once lived in, now a global hub for science, innovation, and technology. But whilst vibrant cities have sprung from the UAE's desert oases, the values by which we live have endured. Our nation's founding father, my great-grandfather, Sheikh Zayed, was a visionary leader. with a profound passion for the environment. He understood that our well-being was intricately linked to the health of our natural surroundings, that the inhabitants of this environment were not separate from it, but an integral part of the delicate tapestry. His commitment to sustainable development continues to shape the UAE's present and future. Today, as we gather for the World Environmental Education Congress, we reaffirm our commitment to carrying forward this sustainability heritage. Education, as the cornerstone of this mission, holds the key to translating our aspirations into reality. However, we must recognize that it should be no ordinary education. It must be transformative and empowering, enabling both women and men to become torchbearers of our sustainability heritage. In a rapidly changing world, equipping our youth with the knowledge, values, and skills to navigate the complexities of environmental sustainability is paramount. One of the most profound investments we can make in our future is nurturing the minds of our youth. This Congress provides a unique platform to address our shared challenges collectively. I am encouraged to see so many experts and thought leaders in attendance today, and I am looking forward to drawing on your expertise and experiences. Everyone here has something valuable to contribute, and similarly, we all have something to learn. I encourage each of us to make the most of the valuable gathering of minds to contribute to the debate and embrace the spirit of learning. By sharing experiences, best practices, and innovative approaches, we can chart a course towards a more sustainable future for all. It is through our combined efforts that we can harness the transformative power of education to instill environmental consciousness and action at every level of society. Environmental education must provide the basis for humanity's transformation towards a sustainable world. It is with the knowledge we pool today and the energy and quality of how we share it that we will inspire a new generation of leaders where the environment is central to all of their actions. Finally, I'd like to leave you with the words of my great-grandfather, Sheikh Zayed. I quote, "We cherish our environment because it is an integral part of our country, our history, and our heritage. On land and in the sea, our forefathers lived and survived in this environment. They were able to do so only because they recognized the need to conserve it, to take from it only what they needed to live, and to preserve it for succeeding generations." End quote. I'd like to thank you all and wish you all a fruitful and inspiring Congress.